Yes, guys, Ryjack back for another video. Today, it's my recap of the title showdown between City and Arsenal at the Emirates. It's something. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. It ends in a draw. You guys know. Appreciate anybody watching in the live watch along that I did here on the channel. More of those, of course, to come. And if you're new, do sub. Help me get 500 subs. I'm getting closer every day to that number, so much appreciated. Check my channel description for all my social links as well. Anyway, let's talk about the game, guys. Weird one. City really just parked the bus for the first time that I can even remember watching Pep Guardiola manage a team, and we just completely defend basically for the entirety of the game, and we attack on counters when given the opportunity, and the opportunities were extremely limited in the game. This all comes the third game in 7 days where we don't change the starting 11. To me, I'm thinking that's a tactical decision. We don't have the legs to run with Arsenal for 90 minutes, so we go 1-0 up early, and he decides to absolutely Mourinho ball the thing and just sit and defend as hard as we humanly can. Was it pretty? No, not at all. Disgusting to watch, for me especially. I'm not a fan of park the bus football, and that's what we did. I didn't like it. I was hopeful we could scrape the 1-0, and I would have been happy with that. I don't care how we play, but on the eyes, was it pleasing? No, in no way at all was it a pleasing sight on the eyes, for sure. So, anyway, if you look at the ratings on the player ratings, most of them are solid. Nobody was really poor in general, in my mind. Nobody was outstanding. Holland, Reinders link up on that initial counter 10 minutes in. Holland puts it away. Great finish, great ball from Reinders. He had one more opportunity where he takes a shot and it goes right to the keeper, goes right to Raya. He didn't have to dive. He could have potentially played it across for Foden to tap in. Maybe would have been a really difficult ball to find him. Do we want Holland to just be shooting there? I don't know. I feel like he should have made that square ball across, but we'll never know if he could have actually gotten it there. Maybe from his angle, he didn't think he could get it there. I don't know. But that was the only real other opportunity we had, and the rest of the game was us just sitting deep, defending as much as we could. Clearances through the roof. If you look at the stats, let me find them here. It's an incredible stat to me. It's one I've never seen City do. Clearances, 60 clearances, 2 every 3 minutes of the game. Like, it's unbelievable how many clearances we had. Arsenal absolutely dominated possession, 67% to our 37. It's got to be the lowest in bare time for City. However, shots. I mean, there's only 12 shots for Arsenal. It's not a crazy amount. XG was just under 1 for both of us, so a 1-1 does seem fair based on some of these numbers here. It's just a lot of the game was Arsenal with the ball and side to side passing, and they couldn't figure out a way to break us down. So I mean, it's admirable defending from City, but is it what I want to see going forward? No, I don't want to see this sit deep thing, and it does seem like Pep in his post game press conference said 3 games in 7 days. This is what we had to do. We were too tired to run with them. Now, could that have been different had we made some rotations over the last week? Probably. I mean, we have a squad of 25. I'm not really sure why we're not rotating and not forcing ourselves to sit deep and defend like this. Would make sense to me too. If you feel like Rodri can't go, we bought Nico G for 50 million. Why can't we play Nico G? Rodri, by the way, looked absolutely gassed at the end of the game. And it's not a worrisome thing for me, but he does need time to get back up to speed, back up to match fitness. And he said before the game, he's not close to fully match fit. So playing him 3 games in a row in a week, probably not the move, but we did it. Bernardo, ran his heart out. Did he offer much going forward? No. Kusanov was fantastic for the first half, got subbed off, did change the game a bit. Maybe that made us even more defensive, going Nunez there and knowing we're a little weaker with him defensively than Kusanov. Hopefully, it's not a severe injury or anything. Same thing with O'Reilly, injured late in the game. There was one moment in the game where Kusanov had a really poor back pass to Donnarumma, and he cleared it right to Arsenal, and they kind of had a semi opportunity, but nothing really came of it. So other than that, I don't really know what to say about the game, other than I was disappointed with our strategy. I don't agree with the strategy that we cannot compete with Arsenal. They're better than us at the moment. Maybe in this exact scenario where we played Thursday and have 2 days rest to play again, and they play Tuesday and they have 4 days rest, maybe. But that's why you rotate, and I don't understand why we don't have more rotation in the 11. I just don't see it personally. I mean, we got to a point where Holland got taken off the pitch, Foden got taken off the pitch. We had Nunez on, Ake on, Stones on, Nico G. I mean, it was absolute park the bus as hard as we possibly can. And they have a counter, or we have an opportunity to counter. Nico G and Reinders kind of bring it forward and just don't go to the corner. In the circumstance, I can imagine, a second goal obviously kills off the game, but bring it to the corner, wasting more time is maybe more in line with what the tactics were on the day, and they didn't do that. Arsenal get it. The line is high. They play a ball right over the top. Martinelli makes a line-breaking run and chips Donnarumma. It is an unfortunate and it doesn't feel good. If they had scored in the 50th minute and we held on for the draw, it would be maybe a bit different, but scoring in the 93rd minute is just, it hurts you in your soul. We were this close to an amazing week of 9 points from 3 pretty difficult games, and instead it is 7. If you had gone to the beginning of the week and said we get 7 from 9 points available, I think most fans would have taken that. But getting 90 minutes through the game, 1-0 up, and then conceding the way it happened, it hurts a bit more than it probably would have had it gone differently. But again, I don't want to overreact. The season is not over for the Premier League title, but you have to question, does Pep think we're there for the Premier League title? That's the one real takeaway I have is, does he think we have the squad to compete? Is that why we parked the bus? Because he saw this opportunity? I don't know. We're sitting in 9th place through 5 games, 7 points through 5 games, our worst run in almost 20 seasons. Now, we've had some difficult games. Spurs and Arsenal in your first 5 is tough. Obviously, the loss to Brighton is extremely frustrating, and if you have a win there, we're in a much, much better spot, but you don't. Going forward, yes, we're 8 points back from Liverpool, but we have some favorable fixtures going forward where we could run off some wins in the month of October. EFL Cup, Carabao Cup coming up on Wednesday. Shouldn't be overly difficult, but definitely, I want a full 11 rotation there. 11 new players. No one from this week should be playing in that game against Huddersfield. And then we go Burnley to close out the month. And like I said, it's not horrendous in October. It's Monaco, Brentford, Everton, Villarreal, and Villa. Villa obviously doing atrociously right now. Villarreal, not great. Everton, Brentford, Monaco, all winnable games. So ideally, we go on a nice run here, finishing the next month, and we get the season back on track. That's what I'm hopeful for. So I do appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, sub if you're new, as always, and I'll be back tomorrow for my Huddersfield preview. Appreciate it.